Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here we are with another update video of sorts. I'm not gonna bring any update on my health or anything like that. We are just gonna talk about video content, YouTube content, and Twitch content as well, because I want to introduce a couple of new ideas that I've been trying to come up with. Um, and basically give you some sort of schedule in terms of what I want to I mean, from these new ideas that I want to introduce. Well, I already told you about some of that recently. I started with a renovated Roulette of Sadness in a way, with a more simple Roulette of Sadness. Basically, just one big wheel with 16 items, 16 games, for classics, for modern games, for computer games, and for ROM hacks slash fan games. 16 in total. If one game gets chosen, it gets replaced immediately by another game within the same category, and it couldn't get any simpler than that. Not gonna do the tournament format. It was actually an interesting one, but not gonna do it anymore like that. It's just gonna be one big wheel, and it's not that big. I mean, it has just 16 games, and I'm just gonna play a game that gets chosen by the wheel. I can either beat the game or not, or at least play for a while, and then we move on to the next game. But additionally to that, and I think I also mentioned it during the Roulette of Sadness, or before that even, that I would do a secondary project, a complementary project, if you will, of me playing whatever I feel like, a classic, a modern game, a computer game, or a ROM hack, or a fan game, or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be chosen by any weird gimmick or mechanic like a randomizer or anything like that. It's just whatever game I feel like putting up there on YouTube. I would do it as a complementary or a secondary project to the Roulette of Sadness. But additionally, I would like to introduce another show that I would do on weekly basis. Well, you can see it on the video title, that goes by the name of Custom Fridays, right? In this on this Custom Fridays thing, I would like to make a weekly video. Usually would be between half an hour long and an hour long. Basically, if it's gonna be a weekly thing, the idea is to make a full episode with a decent length. For me, a decent length would be near an hour long video, right? On those in that weekly show, in a way, I would be playing levels, custom levels. That's why the name Custom Fridays. I will be playing levels from two level engines that are very well known. One of them is Mega Man Maker, playing levels of from Mega Man Maker, and Super Mario Maker 2. I don't have Mario Maker 2 yet. I will buy for the Switch soon. I'm especially interested in one specific feature of Super Mario Maker 2, which is the Super Worlds, which are basically customized ROM hacks, or they are sort of ROM hacks because, or full games that people make with worlds formats from worlds 1 through 7 or 1 through 8. It's basically like creating a full game with the Mario Maker engine, or Mario Maker 2 engine to be more specific. And since I noticed that feature watching YouTube videos of Mario Maker, and it got me interested. Before that, I actually didn't get the game because I thought it was going to be basically obligated to play Kaizo like levels all the time. But when I saw this Super Worlds feature and I realized that people create like real games, or games like the classic ones with a world format, it got me immediately interested. So on these Custom Fridays, I will be playing for around an hour, maybe a bit less than that, but it would be making a decent episode of me playing either Mega Man Maker levels, most likely I would be choosing the Wily's Challenge feature, in which you can actually filter the types of level that you want in terms of length, in terms of score, the popularity. So basically, I would be making sure to play only levels that people regard as good. Sorry about that, that was loud. So yeah, Mario Maker specifically, I will be playing games that are regarded as good levels, not average or bad levels or just random, because I would find a lot of Kaizo and I don't want to play Kaizo levels in either in neither of these two engines. So I would play actually with filters in the case of Mega Man Maker, and these super worlds, playing the full games even if necessary. In the case of Super Mario Maker 2, specifically that game for the Switch. So I have to buy it. But I mean, it's definitely possible to buy within this month. For the time being, obviously, I would be starting with Mega Man Maker, playing for, I don't know, a couple of 2 consecutive weeks, a bunch of levels as I buy Mario Maker 2, and and I find some of these custom super worlds, and decide which one to play. If you have suggestions, if you have the game yourself and play these super worlds, or if you follow someone on YouTube who uploads them regularly, let me know. Uh, Let me know about suggestions on Super World custom games that I can play on the channel. Let me know in the comments, and I would take those suggestions, and probably I would record those first, and then I would be looking for new Super Worlds, and maybe I would be looking up on YouTube as well. But if you have suggestions yourselves, if you play those games yourselves, or if you know someone on YouTube or somewhere else that plays these super worlds and you have seen something interesting that could be interest me, I don't like Kaizo, I just like normal designs. I've seen a bunch of super worlds, not like not the full playthroughs, but at least a couple of them run at random, and they look great. I mean, they look normal. They look like a real sequel to Mario would be like, with of course customized stuff. That's why they are basically fan levels in strictly speaking. So yeah, basically that would be the new show that I would be doing on Fridays only, in which I play either Mega Maker or Super Mario Maker 2, specifically the Super Worlds feature, because I don't feel like playing Kaizo or anything like that. Okay? So having said that, basically I would be leaving the Twitch archives for the weekends, right? So in other words, from Monday through Thursday, I would be doing 2 videos, most likely every other day. Mondays and Wednesdays, I would be uploading the respective part of the Roulette of Sadness. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would be doing the secondary project, the complementary project, in which I play whatever thing I feel like. It could be either just me playing a random game or showing myself on camera doing a rant, eating something, doing some sort of improvised mukbang or something with this shitty quality camera. And I don't know, it could be just a random thing that I feel like uploading, either a game or me talking or reacting to something. I don't know. But it would be basically a secondary project to the Roulette of Sadness, which is the main feature to the channel. That would be Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Friday, I would be leaving this custom thing just to leave it for custom levels on Mega Man Maker and Mario Maker 2, right? And in the case of Twitch, I also plan on doing a couple of streams a week, no more than that, right? I have to plan actually my recording schedule. It's perfectly possible to do this amount of projects. I mean, that I'm keeping I'm keeping everything on one channel. That's why I basically not using the secondary channels anymore. I mean, if I was completely dedicated to YouTube, and if I worked on this, and if I didn't have a real job or anything, or other things to do, trust me, I would get back to using all of those channels. But I won't have the time. and the energy to keep all of those channels active. So I'm keeping everything on a single channel by bringing you content pretty much every day. So yeah, in the case of Twitch, I would do a main feature. I still have to make a decision in terms of which one to do, but it won't be the Roulette of Sadness. I mean, I said at some point that I would be doing the Twitch version of the Roulette of Sadness, but I don't want to do it at the same time as the YouTube one. Maybe on YouTube when I am done with the Roulette of Sadness, or when, I don't know, I think it's time to take a break and move on to someone else or to something else. Sorry, maybe then I would be doing the Roulette of Sadness on Twitch, basically as a way of taking over uh, what the other roulette did in a way. But yeah, in the meantime, or for the time being, I would be doing just one Roulette of Sadness, the one that I'm doing pre-recorded on YouTube, and leave another main project for the Twitch stream. Like I said, I have a couple of ideas. I still have to make a decision of which one I would be doing. It's nothing complex. It's nothing. It has nothing to do with roulettes or randomizers. Just a very simple idea of an excuse to play specific games. That's it. And maybe I would be doing some random streams of me playing random things that I feel like on Twitch as well, like a secondary project of sorts. And maybe I would be doing streams of me playing Mario Maker stuff and Mega Man Maker stuff, like I have done in the past. So, like I said, Twitch would have a similar format to YouTube, basically leaving or featuring one main project, one main show, and everything else will be a complement. Random gameplays, me talking about things, reacting to things, or playing custom levels of different level engines. It could be that. I mean, I'm keeping it simple, and the idea is within that simplicity to include everything I can offer. I can offer me playing classic games and modern games, modern consoles from real hardware. I have a couple of old computers from which I can play all sorts of DOS games and older emulators, and some games that for some reason do not work on Windows 10, my current laptop. Sorry, I muted myself because I was actually going to cough very loud. So some games don't work in here, some older games. So that's why I have these older PCs from which I can stream through a capture card. Um, or certain games cannot be played on window mode, so I cannot capture them on OBS. So that's why I use the older computer, so I can play those games in full screen and capture them to this laptop, and you can watch them anyway. Um, so my point is, I want to make different shows, but the idea is that within those shows I can show you, or I can feature everything I can technically. Real hardware for classics and modern games, PC games. I have my Vita there, so I can play stuff from the Vita. So I mean, those consoles and systems can go on any of the shows that I want to feature, either on YouTube and Twitch, and all of them are related to video games, right? I can always do something else from video games, something different from video games, but I'm gonna keep it video game related most of the time, and pretty much playing things that are of my interest, and I'm pretty sure that they will be of your interest as well, like in the case of ROM hacks, customized levels on Mario Maker and Mega Man Maker, and Mario Maker and Mega Man Maker. Sorry, I think I repeated those two. Um, Modern games, I know you are not that into. I mean, the views always reflect that. I mean, the, all the times I have done modern games, the views are super low compared to either classics and ROM hacks. I mean, that's obvious. But I would like to play some modern games every now and then. I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them on PS2. I have a bunch of them on PS3. I have a bunch of them on Xbox 360. I have a bunch of them on the Switch. Probably the Switch ones would be more popular because those are usually popular characters such as Mario, Sonic, and another. Well, I'm looking at the games, Smash Brothers. You know, all of those big franchises and big characters and big series that are on the Switch, and you probably would watch me play them because even if they are modern games, they are sequels to classics in a way, right? Kirby, just to give you an example, Yoshi, etc. I have a bunch of games for the PS4 as well, some remakes of classics, but at the same time, I also have a bunch of modern games. So, again, even though you subscribe to the channel, especially for the ROM hacks and some minority for the classic games, I also would like to play some modern stuff every now and then. Right? That's why I put some of those on the Roulette of Sadness. That's why I'm gonna be playing them in the secondary projects. That's why I'm gonna be recording some of them or live streaming some of them on Twitch. But I mean, the idea is always give it or yeah, give it priority to the classics, to the ROM hacks, to the classic PC games, but always give some love to the modern games that I personally like. So you won't watch me play Fortnite, you won't watch me play Call of Duty competitive online gaming because I don't like competitive gaming. I don't consume competitive gaming. I don't watch people play Call of Duty. I don't watch people play Fortnite. I don't play those myself. I don't like esports. So you shouldn't be expecting anything of those things. There are millions of YouTube channels dedicated to those. Probably you follow some of those, so I'm not gonna judge your taste, but you know my taste, and my taste is classics, hacks, fan games, classic PC games, and some other stuff every now and then, especially GTA like games. I have a bunch of those open world games. I have many of them. I mean, the majority of the games that I have on modern consoles are actually either sequels to classics in the case of Nintendo or open world games in the case of PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox. I mean, you have seen me play Alien Noir, you have seen me play Mafia 2, you have seen me stream years ago Red Dead Redemption. You know, open worlds, it's kind of my weakness and my personal preference when it comes to modern games. Bully, another sort of open world with missions, more simplistic definitely than GTA, but it is an open world game anyway. So again, it's mostly about the classics, it's mostly about the ROM hacks, it's mostly about the fan games, it's mostly about the PC gaming in general, classic PC gaming, casual games uh, of sorts for the PC. But I also have some love for the modern games, and I would like you to respect that or at least follow some of that as well. Alright, guys, that was a little update that I wanted to bring. At some point, you will notice the schedule if you haven't noticed it yet. I've been trying to introduce these changes gradually, but basically, I'm leaving Mondays and Wednesdays for the Red of Sadness, the main feature to the channel. Tuesdays and Thursdays for the secondary projects. This new Custom Fridays thing, which is basically what I'm introducing on this video. And Saturdays and Sundays, the Twitch archives of the different things I would be doing. Like I said, I would be doing potentially a main feature, a main show for Twitch, and a complementary one, a secondary one, um, in which I play random things that I feel like, or I could be doing Mario Maker stuff or Mega Man Maker stuff live on Twitch as well, and I will upload it afterwards on YouTube. So, in other words, you will watch me do all of those things on both places, on YouTube and Twitch. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. So it would be actually a cool thing if you do follow me and watch me live. In case you don't, or you can't, or you don't feel like it, you can watch it later, and you'll have even more content from me. That's basically the good news. All the good content that I'm bringing you during the week, during the working days, could be potentially duplicated, not duplicated literally, but basically twice as much on the weekend thanks to Twitch. That's great. And I think it's perfectly possible to do it even if I get back to work, or when I get back to work after my treatment. basically because I would be recording things twice during the week for a couple of hours. It doesn't take too much time, and a couple of hours on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, the idea is not to sacrifice my own free time, so I use my free time to watch sports, to watch other shows on television, to spend time with my family, to watch YouTube and Twitch because I do watch a lot of streams and on chat and playthroughs of classics. I do spend a lot of time watching other people play, but I would have enough time to actually produce all that amount of content myself, which is, it sounds like a lot, but trust me, it wouldn't take me too much. It definitely takes me less than maintaining 9 channels simultaneously, trust me. So it's perfectly possible to do all that. All right, I've been speaking for over 20 minutes. That's more than enough. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope you are looking forward to these new shows. Take care.